Welcome back to our special coverage of the disappearance of Gabby Petito. She went missing last month while traveling cross-country in a van with her fiancé. He arrived back in Florida on September 1st with the van, but without her. Police have named him a person of interest. I'm joined by attorney Ron Kuby. Ron, you know, the layperson would say, grab that guy by the throat and shake it out of him. Make him answer. Where is she and why did you return home alone? Why is that not necessarily something you can really do?
Well, you're not allowed to grab people by the throat and beat them until they talk. I don't need to give a big history, I think, of why you can't grab people by the throat and beat them until they talk. Suffice it to say, that's nothing that the police
Ron,
nor private citizens
You know it's a figure of speech. What I'm asking you is why can't they compel him to try to help find a missing woman? Why can't they say, Brian, you've got to tell us why you came home alone and where you last saw her? Why can't they do that?
Well, they certainly can tell him that. They can't enforce that. You can't be compelled to incriminate yourself. You can't be compelled to speak if you choose not to speak. I mean, that's not a liberal technicality, actually. That's kind of a basic principle of American law going back hundreds of years.
So let me play this moment from the Bodycam video of the last known video that we have of her, and it's very distressing. She and Brian have been involved in some kind of a domestic altercation. A witness calls the police. They catch up with them down the road, and then this is what they capture on the body cam. And I want to take special note about how tender the police officer is in how he's asking Gabby a question. Take a look.
Gabby, this is a very, very important question. How you answer this question is going to determine what happens next. But the only person who can answer this question is you. Think very hard before you answer the question. Do not quickly answer. Think very hard. When you slapped him those times, were you attempting to cause him physical pain or physical impairment? Was that what you were attempting to do to him? What were you attempting to do? What was the reason behind the slapping and stuff? What was it you were attempting to accomplish by slapping?
I was trying to get him to stop telling me to calm down.
Well, it doesn't sound to me like she attempted to injure him.
So, Ron, it seems as though he's trying to help her help herself. Is that normal?
You know, the police arrive at a scene like that. The boyfriend, the fiancé, he was the one who actually had some injuries. They're in the middle of a camping trip in the middle of nowhere. And so I think the cops are just trying to sort it out. Nobody's bleeding. Nobody's seriously hurt. And you know, I can imagine being cooped up with somebody in a vehicle for a month and a half. It loses some of the luster it may have had when you were busy posting about van life on the internet. I don't read much into that either way, except, you know, her statement to the police that she suffers from anxiety and she has some sort of mental illness issues. But I really don't read much into the tape, except we know she and was alive at that point. We know she was alive, we think, on August 25th when she spoke with her mother. And beyond that, we have no idea what happened. I'm certainly willing to say that Mr. Laundrie is not acting like an innocent person. I'm certainly willing to say that an innocent person comes forward and offers assistance and explains what happened. Now, he's claiming that his lawyer told him not to talk. And that's right. I would tell him the same thing. But none of this is consistent with innocence. What usually gets people in trouble...
Yep.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I mean,
no, I was just going to say, I've only got a few seconds left. Sorry, we have a delay. I've only got a few seconds left, but there was this issue as well that I needed you to comment on. Two newlyweds were murdered, and their bodies were found in a stream, half naked, within the same week that all this happened in Moab. There seems to be a real connection geographically and with regard to time. And the police are even saying that they're looking into this, possibly in connection. Do you think there's much to be made about the fact, especially for Brian Laundrie's lawyer, to say, look, there was some, their words, creepy guy. These women said creepy guy at their campsite before they were found dead?
Well, it sounds like the making of a criminal defense for Brian. When and if they find the body, when and if he gets charged with murder, he may well be able to blame the lesbian married couple Moab killer.
It's tragic the way they were killed, and still that's unsolved. Ron Kuby, thank you. Appreciate your time. I'm going to switch gears to that other lead story that we're following. A legal name that's appeared on lawsuits and criminal complaints in South Carolina for decades is still showing up on lawsuits and criminal complaints, only now Alex Murdaugh is on the receiving end. And the criminal charges that brought him to court this afternoon and the brand new lawsuit that was filed against him yesterday, that's not the end of it by any means. Coming up after this, breaking news of more repercussions